Hello and welcome to On the Move. We are Matt and Betsy, and we are on a mission to explore the wonderful province of Prince Edward Island. We've been here for almost a year now.
Almost, it's getting close.
And so now we're coming back on tourist season here on the island, and you can definitely feel the buzz rising. So you might be wondering, how do you get on and off the island? It is, after all, an island. We did show you a little bit once we came on through the Confederation Bridge. Which just had its, what was 1997? So what's the math with that? 25th anniversary, I believe.
Sure.
Of
We'll
the
say
bridge
that. I'll
being
trust your
open.
math. Nobody trusts mine.
Yeah. But more interestingly, we had not yet taken the ferry, which is another major way to get on and off the island. And we managed to do that in these past 2 weeks.
I mean, once upon a time, it was the only way. And not even once upon a time.
They had more than a ferry.
But it was ferries.
Using a ferry, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it was once upon a time, not even that long ago.
No, like we said, 25 years ago. Yeah, I have a friend who remembers the lineup to get on the ferry. She had a cottage in New Brunswick, close to where the ferry went, and she remembers the big lineups to get on the ferry.
Because it's a large ferry, but it's not like if you've got 100 people looking to leave the island all at the same time, there would be a lineup, I believe it. Yeah. So we'll talk a bit about that, but before we jump into that, I want to talk a little bit about Roadside. You said that it's tourist season, and it is. And this morning, as I was headed to work, two vehicles on our not very. It's a semi-main road, but not really a main road.
Yeah.
So two separate vehicles along the road had pulled over to the side. Folks with their heads down, and you can tell they're looking at their phone, and they've got their ball caps on, and they just have this look about them that says, "Where am I?" You can tell they're trying to figure out.
Well, it can be confusing because a lot of people go by road names here, but a lot of apps or maps go by road numbers.
And even the other day, because we still don't know everything, so I was looking to find an address of someone I was going to meet up with, and I typed their address into Google, and Google didn't know it. So I knew roughly where they lived, across from a specific provincial park, so I was able to find the provincial park, and then I just sort of guessed at the road, and sure enough, the road was labeled as what they had told me, but Google wasn't up to date on that yet. So anyway, also along Roadside, so that was on my way to work. I'm seeing these tourists along the side of the road checking their maps. On the way home, I was made alert. My coworker was talking about the lupins and how they have come into season. Now, I don't think she was particularly enjoying it due to some allergies. However, I thought they were beautiful, and I was seeing them all over the place on the way home along the roadside. So we popped out to grab you some. And as we're standing at the side of the road cutting them, it suddenly dawns on me, oh my gosh, I hope these are not the provincial flower.
Or something that you're not allowed to
cut. Not supposed to cut.
Yeah. Because they really are everywhere in all the ditches right now.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. So we came home, did some quick research. Matthew's the one who remembers facts better than I, so he'll tell you a little bit more about them.
So it turns out, first of all, the provincial flower for Prince Edward Island is the lady slipper.
Which is also gorgeous.
Yes. But so I found an article from the CBC, like 5 interesting facts, and some of them are quite technical, but of the most interesting parts, it's actually not native to Prince Edward Island or any of the Atlantic provinces, but it loves the Atlantic provinces.
It is
thrives very well.
Invasive.
Yes. Apparently it came from Western North America at some point, and bees love it as well.
Yeah.
Very good for bees.
And you said it loves the acidic ground, so often found down in ditches, and ditches are like roadside areas where they collect rainwater runoff.
Yeah. Likes to thrive in areas where other things won't grow.
So we have beautiful
They're
ribbons.
lovely.
Yeah. I've seen shades of purple and maybe pink. I don't know
Yeah.
if they come in anything else. That's what I've seen along the road, and they're gorgeous. So enjoy. And I plan to continue to enjoy them out there, alive and beautiful.
So thinking of directions,
yes.
For us it's very easy to get to the ferry we're talking about. This is the ferry that connects Prince Edward Island to Nova Scotia. So if you want to go to, say, Halifax, which is a major center out here, definitely one of the fastest ways, especially from where we live, is to take that ferry.
Yeah.
And so we go straight down what's called Selkirk Road, and we're basically right there.
Basically there.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got on the first ferry of the day. We had to get up bright and early, despite the grumblings of our two daughters.
So I believe it is called the Northumberland Ferries,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's the group. They do 3 ferries with that.
And around, I don't know if it's actually, I don't think it's actually the Wood Islands ferry, but here many of the locals will refer to the one closest to us as the Wood Islands Ferry.
I'll put the official name down.
Sounds
I think
good.
I read the name of the boat, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, it's because it leaves out of the Wood Islands area. Yeah.
And it lands in Nova Scotia in a little place called Caribou.
I thought it was Pictou, but that's a little further down the road.
Pictou is just a little bit further.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we took that the very first ferry of the day, and we got there, it was very foggy.
It was very East Coast looking.
Very, very.
Yeah.
I was trying to capture it. I don't know how well I did at that, but
well,
yeah.
We'll see. If it's good enough, we'll give you a peek.
And I was thoroughly impressed with how relaxed it was on there. It was a beautiful ride.
So of course, because we made our girls get up at 5:30 a.m., was it?
No, we were up before that.
Earlier?
We had to be at the ferry at 5:45.
Now that was just due to the fact that we chose to book a time on the very first ferry. You don't all have to go at that time, but that's what we wanted. We wanted to be on the first one because we had work to get done and we had limited hours to get it done.
Yeah, we wanted to do it all in one day.
So
we'll get to that a bit.
Yeah, so we got on, of course, there mumbling and grumbling a bit. One has grabbed some food at home. The other, oh my gosh, it's too early to eat. So we get on there, and to their delight, there is a full cafeteria serving lovely breakfasts. The one that we chose to get and share was the Islanders breakfast, which I think had like sausage, bacon, eggs, toast. It was and hash browns.
Yes.
It was a decent sized breakfast that we actually shared among a few of us, and then added some chocolate milks and some muffin to it to make it complete for all 4 of us.
Yeah. I think I had the toast. I wasn't really interested in breakfast.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, were you also one of those, it's too early?
No, I had already had breakfast. I was the one who had already had breakfast at home.
prepared.
I was good to go.
Oh, so anyway, I think throughout the day, depending on which sailing you're on, they'll serve a different meal.
Yeah.
So,
And I did see an advertisement for Cow's ice cream. But I didn't see that open at all. That might be later in the season.
Might be that we were too earlier in the day, although we didn't see it open on our ride back. So we went on the first ferry of the day and we came back on the last ferry of the day.
Yeah. And while we've hit what they call tourism season, we're not really at the height of it yet. That will come.
And we did this
in July
a couple weeks ago. We basically did this trip right after we last saw you.
Yes.
So yeah.
So
we've even moved further into that season now.
So you get this nice peaceful ride. There was a little bit of rocking going on, a little bit, but we enjoyed it. It's about 70 minutes, they say, to get across. And when you get there, they give you a warning, you're in your car, and they get you off like as quick as possible because they're turning around and putting the next people right back on.
Our oldest was laughing because as the boat pulls up, basically the front of it folds down and as a ramp and connects to the road essentially. And so she was laughing and saying she felt like a herd of cattle. They opened up the door and like, get out. But it was all run very smooth. Lots of traffic directions. So yeah, we enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. So you can, if you want, you can just wait and hopefully walk on. But if you want to guarantee your spot, you would book ahead to be on the ferry.
Oh, and there are multiple pricing tiers. So there is a tier for just walking on with no vehicle.
Right.
There was another one, am I correct in thinking like if you had a scooter or a bicycle or
Yeah.
something of that smaller
Yeah.
vehicle with you.
Yeah.
And then there's actually like
And there's a very
vehicular.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they even like transport trailers will go on as well.
As well.
So of course there's pricing for that
for
too.
that as well. So
Yeah.
just make sure you can choose to book ahead. Just make sure you sign up for the proper one.
Yeah.
Or you can arrive and take your chance and see if you can get on. I have heard though of locals sometimes who have not been able to get on the last ferry back. So if you take that risk in the height of the season, it can be a little bit risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be prepared. You might be spending the night in Halifax. Did you say? Yeah, so all around we enjoyed it and it was great. 70 minutes for that. The bridge we have talked a bit about before. It's about a 15-minute drive across the bridge.
Yeah. And that takes you into New Brunswick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was we should say it takes you into New Brunswick, and on the island you land in, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the bridge comes off.
Borden Carleton.
Yes,
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Which is still about 45 minutes from Charlottetown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're about the same actually from Charlottetown. When you
Either
come
way,
off the,
either off the ferry or off the bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
you do have to, so coming onto the island, you don't pay, but you pay the toll for the island when you go off.
Yeah.
So either you pay it across the bridge or you pay it on the ferry. The ferry is a little bit more.
Is it included in your ferry pricing?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so then across the bridge is about a 15-minute drive. I was really, really worried about it when we moved here. I was like, I'm not a bridge person. I don't know if I can do this. It was actually one of my biggest anxieties about moving onto the island. And then we did it the first time. I was in the fit, so the walls up the side of the bridge are high enough that I really couldn't see anything, and I was perfectly happy with that. And then later we did it again in the truck. And I was able to see, and actually I think it was at night.
We did it at night, which is an experience itself.
Yeah.
You should, if you get a chance to drive across the bridge at night. We had the moon shining on the water. It was beautiful in its own way.
Just told myself, oh, it's just fields out there, no big deal. And then when I actually was able to see it during full daylight in the truck, it's really not that bad at all. So, and it's over fairly quickly, and it's a significant road. It's not just a tiny little bridge that you're on. So all around, I am no longer afraid of either the bridge or the ferry.
Yeah, I think both have their positives, both have their drawbacks, but either way, it's a pleasant journey on and off the island.
An experience.
Yeah. So we hope to welcome some of you onto the island, maybe this year or next, coming either by the bridge or the ferry. And otherwise, enjoy your time.
And don't worry, we will just give a little smile if we see you pulled over to the side of the road staring at your GPS.
We might help you with some directions.
Oh, take care and enjoy.
See you again.